Welcome everyone to today's soft flow yoga practice. I'm John. In this class, we'll explore side plank pose in two beginner-friendly variations, one on the forearm and one on the hand. Side plank is often called the pose of excellence because it builds strength, balance, and focus all at once. We'll target the core, especially the obliques, while also strengthening the shoulders, arms, glutes, and legs. Remember, excellence in yoga isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, breathing, and doing your best today. If you enjoy this practice, be sure to like this video, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more soft flow yoga classes. Okay, roll credits, let's begin. Let's begin our practice in seated so we can get reacquainted with breath. So find a comfortable seat. You might sit on a soft blanket. You can even sit on a pillow. Once you're situated, go ahead and close your eyes, or if you keep your eyes open, just soften your eyelids and just gaze downward at the ground. And wherever you are, just take a full deep breath in. Really feel that expansion in the lungs, opening across the chest. Then exhale to empty. And do that again. Fill yourself up. Inhale. Exhale to empty. And just continue here with slow, steady breaths. The intention here is to bring your mind, your body, your whole complete self to this moment. Breath builds that foundation, helps you to connect, allows you to move inward, to be more aware. Good. Just slow, steady breaths. As you inhale, you just might feel the breath rising upward, again filling up your lungs. And to connect to your core, exhale and draw or pull your belly button in towards your spine and feel that light engagement of your abdominal muscles. Here we're engaging the abdominal lock, which will help us in our side plank practice today. Again, breathing in. Breath rising, filling up the lungs, keeping that uplifting sensation as you know. Exhale, draw belly button in, contracting the abdominal muscles, Uddiyana Bandha, the abdominal lock. And just do that a couple more times. Good. Let's add a bit of movement. We'll inhale, extend the arms out and up. And exhale, reach out and back down. We'll do this a few times just to start to warm up the shoulders, since side plank does involve our arms, particularly our shoulders. So we want to feel that good mobility, warm them up a little bit. Good. 2 more times. Good. Just return to stillness here. You might just circle the shoulders. Let's take a moment to warm up the spine. We'll come to hands and knees. And feel free, of course, to use a blanket just for a little softness and support for your knees and your hands here on your mat. Flowing through cat and cow with breath. So we'll inhale, tip the pelvis back, feel the belly button drop. There's our back, our arched back. Lifting the heart. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, allowing the back to round. Belly button draws up towards spine and chin to chest. And just do this several times. Go at your own pace, feeling this good mobility through the whole back body, that rocking sensation in the hips and pelvis. And we're still conditioning the arms here just by pushing firmly down into the floor or blanket so the arms feel straight and strong. So we'll we'll be relying on the strength of our arms as we move into our side plank poses. We have two variations, and I'm just going to put them into a sequence. So you can just follow along as we put our side plank poses into a nice vinyasa flow. All right, we'll pause here after this exhale. Holding here on hands and knees. Again, just pressing into the floor, energy and strength in the arms. All right, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and move our blanket to the side. Come back to hands and knees, and we'll set up our bodies. I like to step the hands forward a little bit to get the hands and wrists out from underneath the shoulders here. Spread out your fingers pretty wide, creating a strong base. Once again, press firmly into the mat. Flat palms, just to open up the palms, stretch the hands open, and continue that good energy condition in the arms. Then tuck your toes. We'll do one more cat-cow. Inhale, here's our cow pose. Exhale, cat. Go ahead and hold cat for a moment so you can now lift your knees off the floor, sending your hips up into the air. As your head and chest dip between the arms, your torso will just re-extend and get long, especially if the knees stay bent here. The hips can continue to rise up, elongating through the torso. Arms are straight and strong. Holding for a moment here. And we'll take several steps forward to the center of the mat until our feet are flat on the mat. And if the hands aren't quite close to the feet, just slide your fingers towards your toes. We'll inhale, slide hands up to shins. Just rise up halfway to a flat back right here. Exhale, melt your way back down. Feel that nice stretch through the back, maybe your hamstrings. You can even shake out the shoulders if you'd like here. And then shifting weight into your heels, bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down into a low chair. We're carefully making our way back up to standing. Bring hands up to thighs, push into thighs, extending spine, and then just finishing the stance, coming all the way up. Inhale, reaching into the air, and exhale, arms down to your side. Very nice, good. Another circle of the shoulders, big circles, several times backward, and forward. All right, so we're going to put a sequence together that will add our side plank poses. The first side plank will be on our forearms, and then we'll end up on our hands. And I'll give you variations as we go through. So let's start in mountain pose. Just standing near the top of your mat, be sure to leave a little space between your toes and the front edge of your mat. Roll the shoulders back, nice long spine, long neck. Here we go. Inhale, reaching all the way up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, spread your wings. Bend your knees, sit back into an imaginary chair. Just slowly float your way down. Let your arms drop down, the head will drop. You'll get that natural curve of the spine. Inhale, rise up halfway to a flat back. And the exhale, fold. Take your time, slide all the way down. Bend your knees much more so you can reach the ground. Plant the hands into that space between your toes and the front edge of your mat, and take several steps, as many as you need to the back edge of your mat, and just lower your hips to shoulder level right here. So here's plank pose, which we'll hold for a moment, which really gets us ready for side plank on our hands, but we're going to get to that in a moment. We're going to bend the knees, return to downward facing dog. Let's go through a warrior sequence first. So once in down dog, you might adjust your feet a little bit, adjust your hands, just help settle into the pose. Remember to keep your knees pretty soft here. That way the hips can continue to rise, head and chest sink between the arms. Press firmly into the mat with the arms, energizing your shoulders, back, and chest. Here we'll inhale, extend right leg up, reaching long, holding for a moment, really building some good strength and endurance in the upper body. Now exhale, we'll step right foot to the top of the mat, just landing behind the right hand is sufficient here. We'll turn that back leg to get that whole left foot onto the floor. Be sure to shift your weight back into that foot.
I like to kind of rise to fingertips, start to lift upper body, and continue climbing up the body. Hands on thigh. Manipulate the body to really extend through the torso and the neck. And then finish the flow. So inhale, sweep the arms out and up until we're nice and tall, reaching high here. I'm just going to wiggle my right foot forward just a little bit, just to widen that stance so I can really get into this nice lunge. And just keeping the arms up like this, also building some good endurance for the arms and shoulders. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, we'll open up to the left side of the room as your arms come down to parallel. You might need to make some adjustments with your feet and legs so you feel some good opening in the hips, knees, and ankles. Don't want to feel bound up. Again, building endurance, holding the arms out. Let's go to a side angle here, reaching out. Rotate the arms here, reaching high and low. Good extension through the arms. Now, I typically just brace my right arm on the inner right leg like this. You can certainly go lower. Your hand might touch the floor. Or for a soft flow version, do this, or even place your hand on your thigh or your arm. Okay, one more thing with this left arm that's in the air. Bring it down, and then behind you, I'm going to flip the palm to the back of the room. It rotates the shoulder, and then bend the elbow and just place the hand on the low back. And then there should be some mobility here, so I like to give this a few circles. And then roll and pull it back, just open up through the chest. A couple more breaths in our side angle pose variation. Getting ready for side plank pose. They are different. Okay, here we go. We're going to re-extend this left hand up into the air. Exhale, turn, fold, bring your hands to the floor, rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Okay, listen and watch carefully and follow along. Now you can use a blanket. I'm going to bring it underneath because you're going to set your left knee onto the mat or a soft surface like your blanket. So the left knee is on the floor. I'm tapping the left foot. I'm going to swing it out to the left side a little bit. I'm creating what I call just a kickstand, like on a bike. Shifting weight into this left hand so I can slide or pull this right leg back. And then just continue opening up sideways here. So this is our first side plank pose. So it's a variation of the posture. Good extension of the arms, reaching. A little bit of support because of the left knee, in this case, on the floor. All right, so this is our first version. We're going to inhale here, exhale. Let's bring the hands to the floor here. I'm going to bring both knees to the ground. And now set the right elbow onto the floor. Now I'm going to turn it inward at a slight angle. Extending left leg back now, still making a kickstand, maybe with this right leg, and then opening up. So you can continue using just some leg support, okay, just to help with the endurance and strength of the arm on the floor. Then we're going to take those, we'll take that barrier away in the next round here. So we're going to bring left arm back down. I'm going to angle that arm so my arms are kind of formed like a little triangle shape here. Coming up onto both feet, straightening the legs, spinning over to my left arm once again. Here. All right, now my legs are straight. So more endurance in this arm here that's on the floor. You might sink in the hips, so try your best to lift, in this case, right hip up. You might reach this right arm up. Now the legs can be stacked like this. You can also stagger them, one in front of the other. If you still need to bring that left leg, in this case, to the ground, you can. Now, I'm going to bring both forearms to the floor here. Bring both knees to the ground. Sit back, just so I can take the weight off the hands or off the elbows. Come back up onto the hands. Tuck toes, lift the knees. Spinning once again now to right hand, legs remain straight for the full version of our side plank pose. All right, so some variations here. Obviously, lots of upper body strength. Stacked straight legs. Now, it's important to keep the legs very straight and flex the feet. Otherwise, if your knees are bent, you're going to really fall out of this pose. Make sure legs are straight, flexed feet stacked, or you can stagger the legs like that, or place a foot in front like this, or behind for a little extra stability. All right, so that's our side plank pose. To come out, I like to stagger the feet, get onto the toes, lift, so I can turn, bring this hand softly and safely back down to the mat, returning to plank. Bend knees, hips to sky, downward facing dog. So that's our full sequence. Just going back and forth, left and right, into these various ways of doing side plank. Let's do the other side. So inhale, extend left leg into the air. Make sure your elbows aren't sagging here. Push, straighten the arms. Exhale, left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel to the earth, shifting weight back. Rise to fingertips, climb up the leg. Extend spine. Find your warrior one. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Holding for a moment. Already have built some good strength and energy in the arms. Just add some good breath here too. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and open it to your warrior two. Make some adjustments with the feet and legs. Side angle, reaching forward, angled upper body, rotate here. This time I'm going to bring this left hand to the thigh while the right arm goes up. Good extension, good reach. Remember those other variations. You can bring the forearm to the thigh or straight arm on the inner leg. You're going to bring this right arm down, flip the palm to the back, bring hand to low back, a few circles with the shoulder. Roll it back, pull it back to open up through the chest. It also helps to lengthen through the torso. Because ideally, we would like the torso to be aligned over this front leg. All right, let's get ready. Inhale, re-extend right arm up. Exhale, turn. We'll free the hands so you can fold. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Rise up onto tiptoes. I'm not going to use the blanket this time. You can, if you'd like. I'm going to bring that knee to the ground. Start shifting weight back. Swing that foot off to the side, making a kickstand. Weight's over to this right hand so we can slide this left leg back and up, opening up. Side plank. Now you can see I have this left leg lifted. You can certainly bring it down to the floor. Opening up. Long torso. You're going to feel the pelvis pushing forward here. It kind of mimics that side angle pose we just did. Opening up through the side body. We just happen to be lower to the ground. Side plank. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring this left hand down. Let's bring this left knee down. Bring that kickstand back in. I'm going to bring that elbow to the floor. Angle the arm. It just helps with balance. Just as I'm making a kickstand with that left foot out there. Opening up now. All right. So less strength needed for the arm because I have the knee on the floor. It may feel a little awkward. That's okay being in this pose with the knee like this. But it is a good variation. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring the right arm down, angled arm. Coming back so I can extend this left leg. Spin over to the right arm, opening up. Now I have straight legs. Not sinking, lifting. And I am relying strongly on the arm, shoulder, obliques. Your core is very much involved in helping you hold this posture. And you build some good strength here. Okay, bringing the elbow back down to the floor. onto the toes, setting the knees down, shifting the weight back so I can come back up onto hands. Here, tucking toes, lifting the knees over to the left side now. There. Not sinking, lifting. Just use this right hand as a guide. Since the right hand is reaching up, this right hip is also reaching up. Stacked or staggered feet if you need to. You're going to feel the strength, shoulder, arm, obliques on the underside. All right, getting out so we don't fall. I like to get onto the feet, the toes, lift, get the hips high. That way I can turn, bring that right hand softly and safely back down to the earth. Maneuver my way back to plank pose for one more strength position. And finishing, bringing knees to the ground, sitting back. Hero for a moment, just to maybe shake out the shoulders, relieve the wrists, wiggle the fingers. So lots of strength, lots of endurance. It's a wonderful flow to work upper body. Get the blood flowing, energy circulating through the body. And then we can finish the practice. You can certainly go through that sequence again, or finish here in seated, or lying down in Shavasana. We'll take a few breaths here. Take the time that you need, because you might feel a little bit out of breath, because I feel that I'm out of breath a little bit. So take the time so you can come back to that full, wonderful baseline of breathing. Slow breaths in, slow breaths out. And then when you're finished, perhaps one more movement. Inhale, extend the arms out and up. Exhale, palms together and down to your heart. One more breath here, opening up your heart space. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.